back, everyone. I'm Bob Lovell with Paul Condry. We are live at the Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Football Center, the Colts Complex, bringing you the 2009 IHSAA Football Tournament Pairing Show. Paul, Single A, we'll touch briefly on some schools. I like Winnemac. I like their ability to make a deep run. South Newton, another one of those teams. Some of these teams that we may not have paid that much attention to, but they have really strong and capable teams.
You know, I'm one of those teams is Knightstown. I think Bobby Prescott's done a tremendous job down there, and Lane Field's a really nice young kid who's run the ball very, very well for their football team as a player. You know, South Newton, what do you think about what they're doing? They're in the bottom half of that bracket where Pioneer and Lafayette Central Catholic are going to knock heads right from the get-go. And, you know, they're going to, they've got to be in a position now where they've got to be thinking, hey, listen, anything can happen right now.
Right.
And, those are the same type of situations that as the tournament kind of progresses as we go through this, those dynamics kind of play itself out. North Miami's had a nice year. Coach Miller there has done that. And there's a lot of teams, Coach, in 1A that are right around the 4-4 and 3-5 mark. And those are the kind of situations, a break here, a break there. You never think it will happen. If we get one of those bad weather days, those teams can make some noise.
Absolutely. We turn our attention now to the 2A pairings in the North. Sectional 25. On Friday night, the 23rd of October, North Judson will be at River Forest. Number 5, Wheeler, travels to North Newton. Seeger is at number 9, Rensselaer Central. And Bowman Academy will be at Hammond Bishop Knoll. In sectional 26, Garrett travels to Woodland. Bremen at Eastside. Central Noble will be at Whitco. And number 7, Fairfield, will travel to Prairie Heights. Sectional number 27, Madison Grant will be at Wabash. Winchester Community will travel to Oak Hill. Bluffton will be on the road at Eastern Greentown. And number 8, Fort Wayne Bishop Lewis will be on the road at Manchester. And in sectional number 28, Delphi travels to Tipton. Frankton will be at Lewis Cass, the runners-up from a year ago. Alexandria will travel to Taylor. And Northwestern will be at Elwood. Paul, stay at sectional number 25. You like Wheeler and Rensselaer Central, ranked teams, opposite brackets, one of those scenarios.
Yeah, I tell you what, Wheeler's put up some big numbers. Sammy O'Shea, their quarterback, has done a great job. Kyle Keller. But you look at Rensselaer, Ben Aller, Terry Davis, and some of the guys down there. That should be a great, great matchup. I know there's some thoughts about Rensselaer. They're going to be at home, and they're going to be in a position. Obviously, Bowman Academy, a unique dynamic. And here, Coach, they're playing in their first tournament down there, so that's an exciting situation. Wheeler, if they can survive the top half of the bracket, because they've got a very good North Judson team waiting in the wings up there. That should be a great matchup right there.
Let's turn our attention to sectional 27. There are 3 ranked teams in this sectional. You have a great matchup with number 8, Fort Wayne Bishop Lewis, number 12, Manchester. And in the top of the bracket, Winchester is at ranked number 14. But you like the Lewis and Manchester matchup in the first round.
I tell you what, one thing about it, when you're in a position like Lewis, where they're at right now, they're sitting at 4-4, but they played in one of the toughest leagues in the state of Indiana. Manchester, the best record they've had, I think, since 1963, somewhere in that vicinity. That's a dynamic in itself. Winchester and Mad Grant up at the top of the bracket, both teams at 6-2, could make some noise there as well. But I tell you what, Lures, I really believe it's Lures' sectional to win, just because of the schedule that they played and the type of players they have on their team.
And quickly, sectional 28, another one of those with 3 ranked teams. Number 11, Tipton, hosting Delphi. Lewis Cass, as we mentioned, ranked number 14, hosting Frankton. And number 16, Northwestern at Elwood. Pretty balanced sectional, to say the least.
It really is. You look at Lewis Cass, 3 teams that they've lost to are just as good as you can get. You look at, they lost to West Lafayette and Pioneer, and when it comes down to, and then you got Hamilton Heights in that dynamic as well too. But I really like this in regards to balance. But I think Lewis Cass's ability to play deep into the tournament a year ago will be the X factor when it all comes down. They played a state championship. Those kids know how to win, and of course you get in that situation where you've had all those extra reps. Those reps make a big difference in postseason play the following year. So I think it's an interesting situation. Tipton's a team that I'm just not sure. They lost a tough game last week and want to know where they're at after a really good start.
But we do want to head to the 2A South pairings for the upcoming 2009 IHSAA football tournament. Sectional number 29, Union County at number 1, Indianapolis Cardinal Ritter. Also on the 23rd of October, Park Tudor will be at the defending champs, and number 4, Heritage Christian. Heritage Christian beat Park Tudor 21-0 on October the 9th. Indianapolis, Washington will travel to Speedway, and Shenandoah will be at Centerville. Centerville beat Shenandoah 45-10 back on September the 4th. In sectional number 30, South Vermilion travels to South Putnam. Number 3, Monrovia at Cloverdale. Monrovia beat Cloverdale 50-0 on September the 4th. Tri-West Hendricks will be on the road at Greencastle, and North Putnam will travel to Cascade. Sectional number 31, Eastern Pekin at Lawrenceburg. Mitchell at Brownstown Central. Triton Central travels to Providence, and number 2, Paoli will be on the road at Clarksville. And in sectional number 32, Crawford County at Tell City. Southridge travels to North Posey. Forest Park will be on the road at Evansville Mater Dei. And number 6, South Spencer will travel to Sullivan. Paul, there are these 4 sectionals. These are all pretty balanced. I mean, if you start in sectional number 25, there are 5 ranked teams. Number 1, Ritter. Number 10, Centerville. Number 4, Heritage Christian. Number 16, Shenandoah. Number 17, Speedway. But literally, the top 2 are Heritage Christian, the defending champs, and number 1, Ritter, who bumped up from 1A and now are sit atop the 2A poll. So talk about a balanced and competitive sectional. Clearly, you start with sectional 29. That's what this is about. 2
of the best quarterbacks in all the state.
Oh, absolutely.
In this one. If you look at Heritage Christian and you look at Ritter, Ross Hendrickson has had a great year. Jackson Kirtley at Heritage Christian, 2 guys who are on the cover of our Indiana Football Digest. Guys just tremendous, gifted. Michael Timko's had a great year for Ritter. Centerville has had a great year. They're sitting at 8-0 right now. And, I mean, you got to be thinking, and they're in that same half of that bracket. And they've got to be thinking, what do I got to do to get a break here? They're at the bottom half of the bracket. But it's Shenandoah, and Scott's done a great job with their kids down there. So this is one, as you notice, I get the highlighter right here. This is the wow sectional because you've got so many very, very good teams in you've got an 8-0, a 6-2, a 6-1, and a 7-1, and you've got 3 teams that are in that 4-4 range. Coach, this is a great balanced sectional. I really like this one.
Well, I think you can say a lot of the same things about sectional number 30 because you have 3 ranked teams in there. Monrovia ranked number 3. They're at Cloverdale. Number 17, North Putnam, will be at Cascade. And number 15, South Vermilion at South Putnam. And South Putnam has been in and out of the polls all year long. So, again, a very balanced sectional number 30.
One of the exciting stories in Indiana high school football is what Kevin Hutchins has done at Monrovia High School. They're sitting at 8-0 right now. And I tell you, Austin Parks has had a great year, 1,100-plus yards on the season for him. And I tell you, he's done a great job. And you look at North Putt and South Putt, the battle right there. South Vermilion has been a great story this fall. And once again, you look at that 7-1, 6-2 matchup at the top.
Right.
Monrovia is going to be waiting for them, whoever's going to get there. And then once again, you've got North Putt, who probably got the best draw here. They're in the bottom half of the bracket, and I look at them as a team that could really make some noise if the other 2 teams in the top of the bracket stumble.
When you go to sectional number 32, here are 4 ranked teams in sectional 32. It's interesting. You're in the southern part of the state. 3 of the 4 sectionals have 4 or 5 ranked teams. In sectional number 32, you have number 11, Southridge at North Posey. North Posey ranked number 20. You have Forest Park at Evansville Mater Dei. Mater Dei ranked number 13. And then number 6, South Spencer at Sullivan. You have some great potential second-round matchups in sectional number 30 and another balanced field throughout.
You know, Southridge perennial, and give Kelly Murphy a lot of credit. His kids always come ready to play, and they're going to be a very, very formidable opponent. And I tell you what, they've got some players down there that can make some noise. But I tell you what, the team I think we got to keep an eye on here is Forest Park. I know you're thinking, well, what are you talking about? Just a brand new program. Well, they played Heritage Hills very, very tough. Yep. Just not too long ago. And then, of course, you look at the dynamic North Posey. They're always a team you're not sure where they're going to be coming from. But I tell you what, South Spencer, Bruce Green has done a nice job. They've got a great weightlifting program down there that's made great strides. They're a very, very strong team. They stubbed their toe last week. But, once again, they're going to be in a situation where I think they can bounce back and they can make a great run at this. And then, of course, you talk about Mater Dei. Mater Dei plays in a difficult league, playing all types of athletes. And Mike Gable can coach. He's got more state championship rings than both of us together. You know what I mean?